describe what stress looks like for you, because
A lot of my stress comes to anxiety. So overthinking things, getting to the point where I've just got to analyze everything before something happens. And if it doesn't, I just don't know how to handle the situation going in, which I guess, a lot of those first few days after our little man was born, a lot of it was that I had no idea what was going on. I wasn't in a real mindset to talk to people. I phoned my mum half an hour after I had my son, and had a normal conversation with her. It was just, for me, that was an outlet of, I'm just going to ignore everything that's going on and go to my safe place, which isn't necessarily where I needed to be, but it was helpful for me to just sort of ease myself into it because of the situation we were put in. It was sort of like, I'm not ready to handle that right this second. I need 5 minutes. So for me, it was sort of, I guess, everything. Everything was something new, something obviously for anyone who has a first pregnancy or even second, third pregnancies, every pregnancy is different. But I think for me, especially, it was trying to find clothing that I liked. It was soft enough, not scratchy. The seam free is very hard to find in pregnancy clothing. The fact that most pregnancy clothing goes up and over the bump, and sometimes it doesn't sit right, and that's uncomfortable. Um, eh, you know, there's because obviously you've got to pretty much buy a whole new wardrobe. So all of your comfy, happy clothes that you would normally wear, you can't wear them. So you've got to find a whole new wardrobe. And finding that wardrobe is hard enough in general because there's such a lack of maternity clothing out there anyway. And choices, it's always the same choices. I think that was the biggest struggle for me in terms of like sensory clothing, because a lot of it had tags, a lot of it, none of it's really, I guess, for someone who has sensory issues. There's no like, oh, yep, there's a lot of clothing brands out there now for all types of disabilities, adaptive clothing, that sort of stuff, but there's nothing for someone who's pregnant. And
think
the same thing goes for like your maternity doctor will say, oh, you need to start using some belly cream so your skin doesn't get itchy. But it's like, yeah, but trying to find a cream that's not too wet, it's not too sticky, it's not tacky. Like there's so many different aspects that you need to look into when you're looking at different things. Like, what's that person going to have issues with? Do they have issues with stuff being tacky, sticky? Is it too wet? Does it dry quickly? Does it then end up feeling taut? Um, like for me, just trying to find the right cream took me months. Like I was halfway through my pregnancy before I found something that worked.
and what's the impact for you when you don't have
It
those kind of
definitely
things right?
heightens the anxiety. Because obviously, instead of thinking about what I should be, definitely when I was still working when I was pregnant. So for me, working, I wasn't able to wear my work clothes, which for me are comfy and I'm happy with my work clothes, to having to wear something that's completely different when I'm working. Then also, having the baby moving, then having the sensitivities on top of, I put the belly cream on because my belly was itchy. Now I've got it sticking to my shirt and I don't like that. And so instead of thinking about everything you should be thinking about, you're thinking about, oh, this is itchy, this doesn't sit right, this is digging in, this tag scratching me. I'm thinking of everything I shouldn't be thinking about. And so, it heightens the anxiety around, okay, now I'm thinking about all these things. Oh, now I have, I've been thinking about this for the last 20 minutes when I should have been doing something else.